This is Minecraft's newest weapon, the spear, and basically how it works is the faster you're traveling, the more damage you do. And today, I'm going to be showing you how to become a master of the Minecraft spear. So let's get into it. The first thing we want to know is that the spear is unlike any weapon. It revolves around speed. The faster you're going, the more damage you do. And not only that, but the spear also has bigger reach than any other weapon in the game, as you can see from my crosshair right here. And another thing about the spear is that it can also be used as a weapon to travel. With the lunge enchantment, the spear becomes a great source to travel with. It makes you super fast, and it's super convenient for when you need to travel far distances. You can attribute swap with the spear, but personally, I call it the lunge swap. The lunge swap is basically whenever you attribute swap with the spear and dash forward using the lunge enchantment, that's called lunge swapping. And how it works is the millisecond you hit with your sword, you have to switch to the spear and then switch back to the sword. And like that, you've completed step number 1, learn how to lunge swap. Now, what I want to mention is that lunge swapping also works with your fists or an item of your choice. The next skill we're going to be learning is what I like to call a Elytra Spear. Something I'd like to mention before getting into this is that the Elytra Spear has levels. First, there's the high ground Elytra Spear, and then there's the low ground Elytra Spear. But first we're going to learn the high ground Elytra Spear since it's easier. So to do the high ground Elytra Spear, here's what you have to do. First, you want to fly up with your Elytra and fireworks. Then you want to unequip your chestplate. And then you want to re-equip your Elytra to aim at the player. Once you're aiming at the player, you want to use your Elytra and fireworks to fly down, and as you're flying down, equip the spear. It's like the mace, but you don't have to take off your chestplate. And then it should look a little something like this. Now we're going to cover the low ground Elytra Spear. First, you must make sure you're facing away from the player. Then you have to equip your Elytra and use your fireworks to fly back towards the player. And then it should look a little something like this. Now it's time to learn my favorite technique, the spear mace. Also, before we get into this, I want you all to know that the spear mace can be used with your fists or sword, so it's completely up to you, but personally I use my fists, but I'm going to show you how to do it with the sword. First thing you want to do is hit something that isn't the player you're aiming for. Then when you're in the air, you want to use the lunge swap from earlier to dash towards the player. Then you want to switch to your mace and hit the player. And here's what it should look like when you do it all together. Now's the time we amp up the difficulty. This is the last skill I'm going to be teaching you, so make sure you pay attention since this is the hardest spear skill to learn. And I like to call it the Spear Stun Slam. You see, before all this, we noted that the spear had a bigger reach than any other weapon in Minecraft. And we can actually abuse this fact and use it as a way to stun slam earlier than any other weapon can. You see, if you have a spear and an axe, abusing the spear's reach, we're able to break people's shields from further away. So let me teach you how to actually do this. It's practically the same as lunge swapping, but instead you have to switch to the axe the millisecond you click with the spear. And combining this with the mace makes a spear stun slam, and let me show you how to do one. First, you want to wind charge up in the sky. Then with the reach technique we just learned, we can break the player's shield and then mace them. It's that simple to explain, but trust me, it's not an easy skill to learn. Anyways, here's what it looks like in game. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I'm trying out different styles of YouTube videos, so I just want to see if you guys like this one. Also, I want to become the next biggest Minecraft trainer, so subscribing would mean a ton. Thank you and goodbye.